When the legendary Olympic gold medalist was gunned down in his own driveway, the police didn't have to look far for the killer. The man holding the smoking revolver was his landlord, his sponsor, and one of the wealthiest heirs in American history. But to understand why an eccentric billionaire decided to execute his own star athlete in broad daylight, we have to go back to the day the ultimate sports compound was built. We are flying past the 100 subscriber milestone in the vault. If you want to keep unlocking these dark sports files, hit subscribe right now. Let's look at the fight. In the late 1980s, amateur wrestling in America was severely underfunded. Enter John E. DuPont, heir to the massive DuPont chemical fortune. He wanted to be recognized as a great sports patron, so he transformed his 800-acre Pennsylvania estate into Foxcatcher Farm, a state-of-the-art multi-million-dollar training facility. He invited the absolute best Olympic wrestlers in the country to live and train there completely for free, offering massive stipends. Among them was Dave Schultz, a beloved gold medalist and the heart of the US wrestling team. For a while, Foxcatcher was a paradise for the athletes, but DuPont was deeply unstable. As the years went on, his erratic behavior morphed into terrifying delusions. He drove an armored tank around his estate. He believed the trees on his property were moving, and he thought there were mechanical spies hidden inside his walls. He would frequently walk into the wrestling gym completely drunk, pointing loaded firearms at the athletes. Yet, because he controlled their salaries and Olympic dreams, the wrestlers felt trapped and stayed silent. Dave Schultz was the only person who could usually calm DuPont down. Dave was kind, patient, and acted as a buffer between the paranoid billionaire and the rest of the team. But on January 26, 1996, the tension snapped. For reasons that defied all logic, DuPont directed his security consultant to drive him down the estate road to the house where Dave lived with his wife and children. As Dave approached the car to say hello to his boss, DuPont raised a .44 Magnum and shot him 3 times. After executing his star athlete in front of Dave's wife Nancy, DuPont didn't run. He simply drove his car back to his massive mansion, locked the reinforced doors, and initiated one of the most bizarre police standoffs in history. Heavily armed SWAT teams surrounded the estate, but they hesitated to breach the home of a billionaire. The standoff lasted for 2 grueling days, while the sports world watched in absolute shock. The police finally ended the siege, not with bullets, but with the cold. They shut off the massive mansion's heating boilers in the dead of winter. When a freezing DuPont finally stepped outside to fix his heater, SWAT teams ambushed and captured him. He was convicted of third-degree murder and died in prison in 2010. Case File 051 remains a chilling testament to the danger of unchecked power, proving that when extreme wealth buys a sport, it buys the rules too. You are officially part of the vault. Don't let the streak break now. Hit like, share this file, and subscribe to the vault. The next sport is already loading.